Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, we're going to discuss Eazy-E and a conspiracy that has been mentioned for years. Eazy-E would take the reins of a West Coast early pioneer in the 80s and was a West Coast legend by the 90s. Eazy-E was a driving factor in the growing rap scene on the West Coast, with him helping set the early foundation of a West Coast group called NWA. And NWA would go down in history as one of the greatest rap groups of all time. Eazy-E would be the face of the group NWA, which built him a cult following off his charisma and also his star power. But the group would disband on several factors, for money, management of the group, and also artistic differences. Group members like Arabian Prince and Ice Cube would leave due to money issues and would embark on their own solo careers, but Dr. Dre, he would leave under different circumstances, often brought up under fire. It's many accounts on what happened that turned Dr. Dre and Eazy-E's relationship so sour, but with a relationship once like brothers, would turn into enemies. While on his last years of Ruthless Records, Dre began associating himself with Suge Knight, an ex-football player turned security guard, and a man wanting to get into the music business and something he was willing to do by force. Suge promised Dre that he can get him out of his contract, and they would make their own record label, which would later become Death Row Records. Now there was much speculation on how Suge got Dre out of his contract. Some say Eazy was beat and forced to sign a contract to release Dre, and many say this was false, but there's many different theories and opinions of what happened with this situation.
Been worse way before that.
Okay, so he showed up, they put guns out on him.
Mm-hmm.
So Eazy told you the story?
Yeah, he told us, absolutely. This is how we got all the information about the situation that happened with Dre, the situation that happened with Cube. The whole NWA stories came from his mouth. We never met these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he signed over the contract with a fake signature.
With a fake signature.
And then I'd heard right afterwards he basically filed paperwork
Absolutely.
that said that it was done under duress.
Absolutely.
It was an invalid kind of thing.
And he ended up getting 20% of everything that they put out for the next 6 years, and they couldn't do nothing about it. Anything Dre produced or made over there, yeah, he got paid for it.
Eazy-E signed over a contract.
Eazy-E did a song saying that that's why he's still getting paid. So I don't think he ever got Eazy-E.
Okay, well, I mean, because the story was that Eazy-E signed it over, but then a day after he said it was, he signed under duress.
You know what? We ran into Eazy so many times on Melrose, on Sunset. We had one problem, he got robbed. So I don't know what him and Suge did.
But with whatever happened with the situation, Dre would go on to appear on Death Row Records with Suge, and this will only be half of the battle. Eazy-E's Ruthless Records and Suge Knight and Dr. Dre Death Row Records will go on to have beef, and it would get taken to records and also diss songs. By 1992, Dre would be dissing Eazy on songs like Dre Day, and Eazy would respond in songs like Real Motherfucking G's and its own. But outside of rap, there was a lot going on in the streets of Compton. Eazy was affiliated with Compton Crips, and Suge and many people he brought in was affiliated with the rival, the Compton Power Rules. This led to fights, shootings, and many altercations between both sides.
Things about fairy tale rappers. What's a fairy tale rapper?
Dr. Dre.
That's real.
What exactly, happened? Was it just personal differences with a certain member, or?
Yeah, if you're not getting treated right in the place, you're not going to stay there. That's all that was. I guess they didn't respect my talent, so now they're suffering the consequences. Eazy-E, you're dropping like a brick, boy. See ya.
Let me see. First of all, I want to start off with those studio gangsters out there.
No, wait. What's the I just want to define it for Middle America. A studio gangster.
It's somebody that's not real. They go in the studio and all of a sudden become hard when they used to do dance music.
Many people have different perspectives of how Suge and Eazy beef went down. In the streets, the movement that Suge was pushing and how he was running his crew, they had a deadly reputation with how they rode around. Suge was known for having Power Rule members with deadly reputations on payroll, and they were known for doing whatever was needed, and it had many people in the streets and also the music industry in fear. But how Eazy comes into play in this is a different situation. Many people put opinions out there that Eazy was in fear of Suge, but many debunked those rumors for bringing up how Eazy had a lot of resources and a lot of people behind him as well.
Eazy wanted to kill Suge himself. He just wanted to kill Suge. And Jerry talked him out of it.
Some situations happen, and he gets a release for Dr. Dre and Michelle A.
See, that I watched that movie and stuff like that. I don't think that shit true because Eazy-E had the whole Alondra behind him. And Alondra a little bit was harder than Lil Rosecrans back then. You know what I'm saying? He had the Atlantic Drives, the Kelly Parks, End Hoods, Southside, Spook Town, just name it.
Okay.
Arcadia, the whole Alondra was behind him. So we ain't put a let no red rags do Eazy-E like that.
I heard Eazy never got beat up.
No, hell no.
I've talked to, I mean, even Mob.
He would've came got us. He would've came got us.
Yeah, I mean, I just talked to Mob.
By 1995, Eazy had begun to make efforts to reconcile with the rest of the NWA members. Before that could happen, out of nowhere, Eazy was diagnosed with AIDS. This would come to a shock to everyone. Eazy was fine one day, then the next, he was just sick, and shortly, he'd be in a deathbed fighting for his life. But on March 26, 1995, at the age of 30, Eazy would die due to the AIDS virus.
The 31-year-old rapper died last night in a Los Angeles hospital. He was hospitalized last month for what he thought was asthma and said that he did not know how he contracted AIDS. Eazy-E, whose real name was Eric Wright, was a founding member of the band NWA. The band practically originated the hardcore style of gangster rap and was a huge influence in the rap community.
Peace to everybody from the death row camp. Also got to say, peace to the family and children of Eazy-E. Word up.
After Eazy's death, many theories would start to circulate on how Eazy died so fast from the AIDS virus, with many people not understanding how he didn't show any symptoms and didn't have any signs of HIV. None of Eazy's baby mamas or women he slept with, or not even his wife, had the AIDS virus. This never made sense to anyone, and always been mind-boggling to the industry and also the world. But Suge Knight's 2003 interview on the Jimmy Kimmel Show will only make theories worse about Eazy-E's death.
It's a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it, see, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So the kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they get blood from somebody with AIDS.
Yeah.
And then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that seems bad.
That's a slow death.
Yeah.
An Eazy-E thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
Way to lighten the mood.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Suge's terror alert level just went from elevated to high.
After Suge's interview, many people would suspect for sure that Eazy was injected with AIDS, and many thought Suge was the culprit. Along the years, many rappers and people who both knew Suge and Eazy would get their perspective on what they thought happened to Eazy.
No girl has ever came forward saying that they got the AIDS virus from Eazy or taint thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened with Eazy getting AIDS, and I believe this to this day. And I don't care if you guys got it on film. You could tell the world. They gave him tainted needles with acupuncture needles that tainted him and gave it to him because he got hurt in Honda Valley on quad runners, and he was riding quads. And what happened is that someone, I won't say the name, but people know the name. I don't want to say that name because it's the devil's name. But, you know, another person in rap, if you know your history of rap, calls him a devil. So if you know your history in rap or West Coast rap, you'll know who I'm saying. But I think that they really had a stronghold of giving him tainted needles with the AIDS virus in them.
Get blood from them if they have HIV, and then you put it in the arm or some.
Yeah.
What did you think when you heard that state? Did you see that interview?
Yeah, I did. I saw the interview, but like that's something that had been floating around like for years, like before he even said that, man. So it was like, I mean, like I said, that the speculation is out there about that. You know what I'm saying? It always has been.
Eazy, like, in a nutshell, I can say it really fast. He was like, my chest hurt, and then fucking died of AIDS. You know what I mean? And it's like, what happened to HIV? What happened to actually, you know, having AIDS and then deteriorating? Like, you just, doc, my chest hurt, and then you died, like something fucking happened. Like,
Eazy's death is still very suspicious 29 years later. He lived a wild life and was known to have a lot of women, leading to the possible AIDS virus. But it's still weird. No one he had a relationship or slept with ever had it. But what are your thoughts on the situation? Do y'all believe the theory that Eazy was set up and someone or somehow he was injected? Let me know in the comments. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.